So thank you to everybody here. We're going to make this thing so successful, and I think it's got the possibility of really being legendary. And we're going to have a great election, and everything I do for the election is going to be on truth. And if truth is not working well, you know what? I'm not going to do very well in the election because my whole voice is based around truth. Thank you all very much.
There's no better way to sell your latest business scheme than to beg rich people for more money for it under the guise of needing it to promote your politics. Everyone knows Trump isn't shy about begging others for money to save him, and rich investors aren't into Bibles and golden sneakers.
Stock in Donald Trump's media company tanking after Trump's social media platform Truth Social reported losing $58 million last year. The company was valued at nearly $10 billion after it went public last week as Trump supporters rushed to scoop up shares.
The stock has gone through the roof, and really this is, I think in the true sense, this is really it's a great sign of where the people in this country stand.
Trump's own majority stake then worth close to $6 billion.
Truth Social is doing very well. It's hot as a pistol and doing great.
But today, that rude awakening, the revelation of last year's losses sent the stock plunging more than 20% and the value of Trump's own stake losing more than $1 billion. And tonight, there's a real question whether Truth Social can even survive, David. And auditors quoted in a regulatory filing saying that $58 million net operating loss last year raises substantial doubt that Trump Media can be a viable company going forward.
So considering the fact that Truth Social's stock has been quickly dropping since its market debut in March, former Congressman Devin Nunes, turned Truth Social CEO, is late to this round of passing the buck.
You know, I spent my career in Washington doing some of the most complicated investigations that there's ever been in Washington, some of the biggest scandals that there were. And so if people are screwing with this stock, we're not playing games with them. We're going to find out. Because, you know, we know that with our retail shareholder base, we're not stupid here. We know that all the big banks in this country are not going to recommend our stock. They're not going to put it into their fund. So we're relying on retail investors to invest in the stock. That's okay. That's not a problem. But if the big banks and the trading companies don't actually have the shares to short, that's a big problem. So if they think they're going to screw with us and they think we're not going to figure it out, I got news for them. We're going to come after them. And,
Amen.
Two things. Devin Nunes is threatening to go after whoever's screwing things up for Truth Social. And since he doesn't own a mirror, his investigation skills are ready to be dusted off. But also, this is the same guy that unsuccessfully sued Twitter over the account Devin Nunes' cow for making fun of him. So now he's sniffed out who he thinks are the culprits over Truth Social's issues. But the response might hit him worse than the page about the cow.
He essentially picked a fight with Ken Griffin of Citadel, and here's what he claimed. He said that there is credible evidence, or there's potential evidence, I'm paraphrasing, that there's naked short selling in shares of DJT. It's a short selling technique where it's essentially illegal. It helped push down the shares. That's why DJT lost, for a time, 60% of its value. It's popping up a little bit today. And there are firms that are kind of involved in that genre of potentially illegal trading, and one of them is Citadel. That prompted this response. Devin Nunes is a proverbial loser who tries to blame naked short selling for his falling stock price. Nunes is exactly the type of person Donald Trump would have fired if he were on the presence. If he worked at Citadel, we would fire him. That's his ability and integrity. His ability and integrity is at the center of everything we do.
Man, this guy's always getting viciously punched over his public antics when things aren't going right for him. He's another genius hire for Donald Trump, who will probably call him a loser and a Democrat plant over his comical mistakes in running the company. But you really can't blame Devin, though. He's used to speaking to MAGA audiences that buy whatever it is that he's selling as fact.
Trader Joe's, everything's for sale.
And what does that mean?
It means we got a worthless president and don't care about the people. He's wanting money.
Are you talking about his son-in-law getting the $2 billion deal from Saudi Arabia?
Well, that, Hunter, all the stuff with Burisma and things like that.
Is that shady to work in office and then make a deal with Saudi Arabia for $2 billion?
Well, if Biden's name's attached to it, I'm pretty sure it's shady.
Okay. But no, that's Jared Kushner. That's Trump's son-in-law.
Well, that may be. I don't know. I'm not real up on that, but
okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Guys like that aren't investing in Truth Social to help Trump's bank accounts, so he only feeds them fears of a trans takeover and wokeness invading their house, while offering the rich people that support him things they're much more interested in exchange for saving his struggling company. Tax cuts.
You got to get out and vote, but you got to help him financially because you're all people that have a lot of money. I know about 20 of you, and you're rich as hell. So anything you are going to do, it quadruple it. It doesn't mean it's just, and do everything. And then we're going to close the border. We're going to give you tax cuts. We're going to pay off our debt.